we played with the mobility and some balance and some alignment. Now we're going to add a weight to the equation. Remember not to just grab the heaviest weight out there and think that's what you should be using. Start with a lighter weight. Again, one of the key points safety-wise with the kettlebell is when it's in these positions, don't roll back, because if your head hits the ground and you get stunned, you're going to wear that kettlebell on your forehead, your nose, your teeth. It's not really a good option for a class. So what we do is we come down to that form, and you'll notice that kettlebell is out away from the alignment of my face. If I was to lose that kettlebell, I would roll to the side and push it away from my face. We want to hold that kettlebell again in that nice position between the thumb down to the root of the little finger. So it's kind of at an angle with the fingers gently closed over the kettlebell. And don't break your wrist. So we don't want to have this big broken wrist. We want to have a strong upward punch. When we're laying on the side, we're almost in a little bit of a rack. This hand, you can use this big thumb to hook the handle to help press up. And there's that first position. Remember the second position, we're using the power of the hip to drive up. Position 3, stretching up a little higher, keeping that shoulder stacked. If we get way out here, the kettlebell is going to feel really unstable. So keep the head of the arm bone stacked in the shoulder joint. Position 4, a little bit more of a hip lift. 5, getting the knee under. Now you notice I'm looking up. I'm not looking down, gawking around, counting, the hairs on the floor. I'm looking up with my eyes. That's my intention, is to move upwards. So that's where I want to focus. 6, lining up. You'll notice how I don't move my head to my arm. I move my arm beside my face, so I'm in that nice strong alignment. 7, stepping up slowly. Now again, we're not going to be walking forward on this part because we're bearing a weight. A little bit of balance. And if you struggle with balance, dip your big toe like you're dipping your big toe in hot water, just tipping it in there. And then you do a little kick out. Here's that first position. Boom, eyes are looking up. Here's the second position. Nice stable plant with that hand directly under the kettlebell. As we shoot through, 3 is the hip lift on the way down. 4 is dropping to the hip. 5 coming to the form. Now here, 6 rolling safely under the kettlebell, planting the shoulder blade, and then 7 coming back to the side lying position. Safely passing kettlebell hand to hand is kind of an important skill. Some would think that it's okay to pass the kettlebell up over the face. Again, if you're to let go of that kettlebell, you'd be wearing it. That's probably not the best way to end your class permanently. One of the techniques is when I hook this thumb and grip this handle, I can safely pass the kettlebell around my head. Now with a heavier kettlebell, that might be tough. You might have to just lay it on the ground and just literally reposition yourself the other direction. But that around the head pass works quite well to just simply reposition on the left side. Again, notice how I'm gripping the kettlebell at an angle from my thumb to the root of the little finger, and that I'm gently laying my fingers around the kettlebell handle. Again, this hand is going to just gently pull the kettlebell up. It's a little safer on the shoulder. You drive up, 1. Again, you'll notice that if my left hand holds a kettlebell, my left knee is bent. That's the alignment. It wouldn't work the other way. If I tried to sit up from here, I'd get stuck. So I need to be using that hip to drive the kettlebell a little bit higher so I can get under it. That's kind of like a golf swing. I gotta have a good swing to send the ball flying. So this is that motion. This gets me into position number 2. Position number 3. Now you'll notice at no point do I let that shoulder lurch out of the joint. I keep the head of that arm bone stacked in with a really open chest, really strongly engaging, lifting, bringing the knee under safely without dipping down like this. Again, not going into the deep knee flexion, but keeping about a 90-degree bend in that back knee, and then realigning, belly strong. This is where you really want to hold your core tight as you step up. Now maybe just slide the toe up a little bit. You'll notice I'm not arching my neck back to look at the kettlebell. I'm just rolling my eyes up to know where it is, because if you arch your neck, you're going to throw yourself off. Hand down, planting firmly. Don't do anything till you know that hand is on the ground. Shoot the leg through, dropping to the hip, Gingerly coming down to that form and then rolling under the kettlebell and getting a hold of it.